Every day, people unknowingly expose themselves to toxic chemicals. They are in your water, on the ground, inside your house, in products, on your clothes, and in your food. You've heard of arsenic, lead, mercury, and cyanide. But the most insidious chemicals are called persistent organic pollutants, also known as POPs. Persistent organic pollutants. They are persistent because these chemicals don't easily break down in nature, resisting time, wind, water, and sun. They are organic, and their chemical structure causes them to stick to certain substances in nature, most notably fatty tissues. As plants and animals down the food chain are exposed, these chemicals pile up, getting into our food and into our bodies, and ultimately exposing humans to some of the highest toxic concentrations. They are pollutants because they contaminate everything and are very difficult to clean up. POPs are everywhere. Because of their structure, POPs are good at disrupting natural systems in our bodies, even at low-dose levels. As they persist in nature, more and more people will experience their negative health effects, such as endocrine diseases, cancers, fertility problems, birth defects, and developmental diseases in children. Eliminating persistent organic pollutants is one of the most important challenges of our time. And the exposures are all around us. A child's first dose of POPs comes from its mother. The fat in breast milk carries a mother's accumulated stores of toxic chemicals into her child. So where do POPs come from? Most are the product of human industry. Some are pesticides, others are flame retardants, still others are byproducts of incineration or industrial processes. Many POPs were banned in the 70s and 80s after scientists, industries, and governments realized their hazardous effect on human health. Some are still in widespread use. One huge concern is the toxic legacy of past POPs use. Persistent organic pollutants can evaporate from soils, travel through the air, and then condense in colder regions, sometimes jumping over oceans and mountain ranges. Because of weather and diet, Arctic peoples have suffered some of the worst health effects of POPs on fertility and endocrine diseases. But people all over the world have been affected, most notably women, children, workers, and indigenous people. Persistent organic pollutants don't care if you're rich or poor, of one nationality or another. The question is, how do we eliminate them? A major step in removing persistent organic pollutants from the world was an international agreement between over 150 countries known as the Stockholm Convention. In effect since May 2004, this global treaty originally identified 12 chemicals for reduction and elimination with a mechanism to add more substances. However, it is up to non-governmental organisations to ensure that the treaty is being enforced and to see that currently polluted sites are cleaned up. IPEN is at the forefront of this effort, with a global network of organisations working for toxic elimination in over 100 countries. IPEN is leading the way towards the global elimination of POPs.